Hello, this is Brody Star coming on their video, and with Stomping Grounds not that long away, which will start I believe at 6 p.m. and or the actual show starts at 7 p.m. The kickoff show I believe is at 6 p.m. So anyway, I wanted to make some predictions on what I thought was gonna happen as well. I know so many other people have done it as well, but I'm gonna do it as well. And I will give my perspective of how I would book WWE Stomping Grounds to be, I think, a good show. It has the potential to be pretty good, so I hope that will be the case. But anyway, so I got this first match right here: Eric Rowan and Daniel Bryan versus Heavy Machinery for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. At first, I was thinking that I would probably book Heavy Machinery winning the SmackDown Tag Team titles already, but I was just thinking about it, and it would seem too fast. Yeah, it would seem too fast putting the titles on Heavy Machinery. Seemed too quick since they were just pulled up to the main roster not that long ago, and also as I read here on the article that I'm on right now with pictures of the match card, that Heavy Machinery hasn't really done much to earn the opportunity, and that they would look strong, and how they could look strong in a defeat by looking really good in the match, and they could probably have an opportunity later. So with that being said, I am changing my prediction to Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan retaining the SmackDown Tag Team titles, and yeah, I believe that's how I would now book the SmackDown Tag Team title match. Alright, moving on to the next. Alright, next is the Cruiserweight Championship match between Tony Nese, Akira Tozawa, and Drew Gulak. Now, how I would book this is pretty simple. I would book Tony Nese retaining, since Akira Tozawa has already won the Cruiserweight title, and I believe Tony Nese won it not that long ago from Drew Gulak, I think, is what happened there. I don't know, I don't watch 205 Live, but anyway, because I don't know much about that, I'm just gonna book Tony Nese retaining the Cruiserweight title. Alright, now we got the Raw Women's title match between Becky Lynch and Lacey Evans. And how I would book this match is I would have Becky Lynch retaining the Raw Women's title against Lacey Evans by way of submission. And how I think it should take place, I think, as Lacey Evans, is that at the ending of the match, I would have Lacey Evans going for the women's right on Becky Lynch, closing in on her. But then Becky counters, grabs the arm, and puts her into the disarmer. I don't know. I think the way the other pay-per-view ended, I think it was either by submission or roll-up. Anyway, that's what I think would be the logical, which should be the logical ending to the match. So yeah, I have Becky Lynch retaining the Raw Women's title, and that's exactly how I would book the ending. Now here's a fucking exciting match that's taking place: Big E and Xavier Woods versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. That will really get the butts out of the seats. Okay, but anyway, so how I would book this match, I'm trying to think now. No, I think I would book this match with Big E and Xavier Woods winning over Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And I'm just going to leave it at that, and we'll move on to the next. We have a match that I actually am pretty excited about. That's Samoa Joe versus Ricochet for the United States Championship. And the reason I'm excited about this match is because I think how they should book this is having Ricochet win the United States Championship. And I say that because I think it'd be pretty cool to have Ricochet just come in and win the United States Championship, and it could be exciting with it, and he could have exciting title defenses and all that. And yeah, I think just why not do it? Why not put the United States Championship on Ricochet? I think it'd be a pretty good idea. At least I think so. It'd be kind of different in a way, having a superstar. It doesn't happen much where a new superstar comes to the main roster and with their first title opportunity they win the championship, and after only being there for about a couple months or something like that. Anyway, that is exactly how I would book that. I would have Ricochet winning the United States Championship from Samoa Joe, and how I would book the ending is having Joe go for the Muscle Buster, because you could do that, but to avoid risking injury on Ricochet's neck, I would have Ricochet counter the Muscle Buster into a code breaker somehow. So he's got him on his shoulder. So yeah, it's kind of like this. He's got him on his shoulder, and then Ricochet slips out. Oh, hits the code breaker, goes to the top, hits the 630, and wins the United States Championship. I am really pulling for Ricochet in this match. I do hope that Ricochet wins, but it's alright if Samoa Joe does. That also makes sense, since could be having, so what could happen is a U.S. title match between Samoa Joe and The Miz at the next pay-per-view. Or, like I said, you could have Ricochet win, and maybe you could do Ricochet versus The Miz at the next pay-per-view. Just a thought on that. But anyway, let's move on to the next. Alright, now we have Bayley versus Alexa Bliss for the SmackDown Women's title with Nikki Cross in Alexa Bliss's corner. Now, originally, I would just say that Bayley retains against Alexa Bliss with really no interference, but now that kind of changes things since Nikki Cross is in Alexa Bliss's corner, and understandably Nikki Cross has I'm trying to find the word, resentment for Bayley after Bayley got her distracted in that WWE Women's title match on Raw. So that is very understandable. So it would be understandable if Nikki Cross got involved in the match. However, I would still book Bayley retaining the SmackDown Women's Championships so that Bayley could get some retribution against Alexa Bliss for losing the Raw Women's title. I think it was 2 years ago at Payback, or was it last year? I think it was 2 years ago. So, yeah, it was 2 years ago. Okay. That way, Bayley could have some retribution against Alexa Bliss and continue her reign. So in this match, I have Bayley retaining the SmackDown Women's Championship. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre, a WrestleMania rematch and a Raw rematch. Yeah, I know it's the rematches here kind of sucked the life out of the match with all the rematches they've been having, but still, I think there's a way you can make this work. Now I kind of have two different thoughts here. First, the prediction. I think because WWE loves making Roman Reigns look strong and winning all the matches, I predict that they're going to have Roman Reigns once again go on top against Drew McIntyre. But I would book things differently. How I would book this is I would actually have Drew McIntyre winning over Roman Reigns. And the reason why I say that is so that it does make Drew McIntyre look stronger it does make Drew McIntyre look stronger. Maybe not stronger than Roman Reigns, but it makes him look strong. And then I'm thinking what you could do, and I think this is a pretty good idea as well, is you could have on the next episode of Raw a little bit of a celebration between Drew McIntyre and Shane McMahon. And when Shane goes to, when Shane is distracted with something, have Drew completely turn on Shane McMahon with a Claymore kick and turn his back on Shane McMahon and say that he didn't need Shane McMahon in order to beat Roman Reigns and he doesn't need him anymore. So that's exactly how I would book that. So my prediction is Roman Reigns, but I would book having Drew McIntyre win over Roman Reigns and then having McIntyre turn on Shane. Because Drew McIntyre deserves way more than what he has been given with being a goon for Shane McMahon. Makes him more like a pussy with Shane McMahon than he would have otherwise. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. And now we get to move on. Alright, now I have Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler in a steel cage match for the WWE Championship. And in this match, I would book Kofi Kingston retaining the WWE title over Dolph Ziggler and having all of the New Day win their matches at Stomping Grounds. So yeah, I would book Kofi Kingston retaining. Alright, now we got our final match, which is Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin for the Universal title with a mystery special guest referee. So I was reading this article, and yeah, it is possible that Brock Lesnar could be the special guest referee for the match and help Corbin win the title. However, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen with the special guest referee situation, but my prediction is that Seth Rollins will retain the Universal Championship over Baron Corbin. I believe that. And I also have a pretty good booking decision what you could do to make that happen. So what I'm thinking, hear me out here, I'm thinking the special guest referee could be Bray Wyatt. Like, with his non-fiend character. Like he just come out in his normal character, revealed to take up the special guest referee spot and have him officiate the match. However, at a certain point, when Corbin gets a close 2 count on Rollins with maybe the deep six, with the deep six and maybe even the end of days, Rollins will kick out at 2. Corbin will get frustrated with Bray Wyatt, and then Wyatt will snap, and the lights could go out and everything, and he could turn into the Fiend, and then turn on Corbin, hitting him with a Sister Abigail, and Rollins could take advantage by hitting a stomp to retain the Universal title. So I think that's a pretty creative idea. I think that'd be pretty cool and a great way to reintroduce Bray Wyatt to the main roster with his Firefly Funhouse, with his 2 Firefly Funhouse characters. So that's how I would book Stomping Grounds. Yeah, that's how I would book Stomping Grounds. So yeah, I'm not sure what to say now. All I can say is that those are my thoughts for Stomping Grounds. And I will be reacting to Stomping Grounds later today. I will be reacting to the highlights of Stomping Grounds later today. So anyway, that was the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah. It's kind of awkward. I'm trying to say that, what I'm trying to say is that if you have any thoughts, you could leave in the comments below, but no one comments on my videos, so I'm just gonna say that those are my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed those, and I will see you later when I react to Stomping Grounds. Bye! Those predictions were too sweet, weren't they? Too sweet. Alright, bye.